That morning, deep in the misty forests of Montana, young park ranger Ben heard an unusual rustling sound. His heart skipped a beat and sped up. For a moment, the forest was quieter than ever, as if nature itself was holding its breath. This wasn't going to be an ordinary patrol. As he strayed a bit off the path, a muffled groan came from deeper within the woods. He quickly moved toward the sound and saw a grizzly bear stuck in the mud, its paw caught in a rusty old trap. Ben's heart clenched as he saw the pain and desperation in the bear's eyes. He stood back for a moment, thinking about his own safety, but the panic in the bear's eyes pushed him into action. He knew how harsh the realities of nature could be, but his conscience told him to help. At the same time, he knew how dangerous it was. Bears could be unpredictable and aggressive. After a brief hesitation, Ben approached slowly, speaking softly to calm the animal. Ignoring the shaking in his hands, he carefully worked on loosening the trap. The bear flinched at first, but Ben's calm and patient eyes seemed to reassure it. After a few intense moments, he managed to free the bear's paw. Ben stepped back and waited. The bear stood still for a moment before locking eyes with him. For just an instant, there was a silent exchange of gratitude between them. The bear slowly walked away into the depths of the forest, and Ben felt a mix of awe and relief. That day, he had witnessed the rare connection that could be formed between humans and wild animals. In the days that followed, Ben continued his patrols through the forest, and a strange sense of peace settled over him whenever he thought about that moment. He couldn't shake the memory of the bear's eyes and the connection they shared. As time passed, he grew more observant, part of him both fearing and hoping to see the bear again. One morning, he heard a faint rustling sound. Peering through the bushes, he saw the same bear a few meters away, watching him. His heart raced, but this time it was out of curiosity rather than fear. The bear stepped closer, looked at him, then turned and walked back into the woods, as if inviting him to follow. Without a second thought, Ben did. The journey took them deeper into the forest than Ben had ever been. The trees were so thick that the sky was barely visible. Finally, they reached a small clearing where the bear stopped and looked back at him. In the center of the clearing was a young bear, weak and injured. Ben realized with a start that the bear he had freed was a mother, and she was leading him to her cub for help. Ben's heart swelled as he got to work helping the little bear. He cleaned its wound and gave it water, while the mother bear watched him intently, eyes full of trust. When he was done, the mother bear came over and gently nudged her cub. Ben stepped back, feeling the unspoken bond between them. In that moment, he understood that animals, too, could show gratitude and trust. As the days turned into weeks, Ben often saw the bear family during his patrols. Their bond grew stronger with each encounter. One stormy day, Ben found himself lost on a narrow trail, the wind and rain making it impossible to find his way. Suddenly, a familiar silhouette appeared between the trees. The mother bear approached and led him to a safe cave. That night, Ben sat beside the bear, listening to the rain and feeling an unexpected sense of comfort. After that, Ben's patrols became more than just a job. The bear and her cub would greet him as if acknowledging their special connection. Ben had become part of their world, a silent friend in the vast forest. With each step he took, he felt the bond they shared, inspiring him to protect and cherish the enchanted world around him. Years later, Ben carried those memories with him as he continued to live in harmony with the forest. The calls of the bears echoed through the trees as a reminder of that extraordinary friendship that had once bridged the gap between human and wild. If you were touched by this incredible story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more heartwarming tales. Your support helps us share more inspiring moments.